Nearly 4,000 known or suspected terrorists come into our country illegally, and we know that our most vulnerable point of entry is at our southern border.
Attempting to come into the United States through various means in the last year.
No credible information that any member of a terrorist group has traveled through Mexico to gain access to the United States.
So that's zero then. None. Nada. Nil. Zilch. Not a single terrorist, according to official government reports, that's official government reports, has crossed the southern border. Meanwhile, the Trump administration has said 4,000 known terrorists have crossed into the US.
Now, in response to our fact check a month ago, DHS claimed at the time that we had not contacted them, but we did. And they gave us those numbers, which are also in their press release. DHS's press secretary then repeated that same 3,755 figure, ignoring where those suspected terrorists were actually stopped.
How brainwashed must you be to sit there and just ignore these lies? Seriously, I want to know, is he paying their mum's Wi-Fi? Is he outfitting the basement with comfy barking loungers? Tell me, because the Trump stands are a spectacle to behold. I mean, it's come to the point where Fox News hosts, the most reliable cogs in the Trump propaganda machine, are starting to push back.
4,000 people come, or where they're captured. Airports.
Not always, but certainly a large number.
The State Department says there hasn't been any terrorists that they found coming across.
You see, this is what the Trump administration have been able to do so well, using fear-mongering tactics to brainwash the most gullible. On Fox News Sunday, White House propaganda mouthpiece Sarah Sanders said
nearly 4,000 known or suspected terrorists come into our country illegally, and we know that our most vulnerable point of entry is at our southern border.
Note her slippery phrasing here. She mentioned the statistic, which is wrong, but then mentioned the southern border, suggesting they were connected. But according to actual DHS data, most of the 2,554 people on the terrorist watch list who were encountered by US officials tried to enter through airports or by sea. So does that mean we need a 35,000-foot wall to stop the planes? Or one as deep as the Pacific? Yeah, that's right, build it in the water. Please enlighten me how you can try and justify a southern wall to combat a threat that is not coming from any border, but according to government data, through airports and the sea. And the answer is, there's no answer. And Trump supporters don't actually want one, because it's not about security. It's about an ideological monument being built to satisfy one madman's ego and live on the way Confederate statues have lived on, as some symbol of white supremacy that this country, despite the best efforts of some, just can't shake. Facts don't care about your racist agenda. There is no statistic that suggests a border wall will address any of the issues the Trump administration is citing. They are so short of valid arguments that they're literally making up numbers as grand as 4,000 to get this thing built. And you, yes, you sitting at home eating this thing up, will be known in history as the idiot who absorbed propaganda like a sponge. But don't worry, I'm sure the grandkids will be very proud. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Come over to my Instagram at Francis M. Maxwell. You can become a TYT member, tyt.com/join. Want to see more videos like this? Then subscribe to the TYT channel below. And don't forget to become a TYT member. Get access for as little as $4.99 a month. Download the TYT Plus app on your phone or head over to tyt.com/join today.